Hi, Johnny Breadman here, and today we're going to have a go at making cheddar and sun-dried tomato bread mix from a bread mix pack made by Wright. These cost £1 in Morrison's, and it's a lot easier than the normal bread route with all the kinds of rising and squashing and squiffing. You just simply put this into a bowl. You can use a whisk just in case it's settled in the packet, just to break it all up, because there's bits in this of sun-dried tomato. Right, just give it a bit of mix, and then all over it pour your water. 320 mils of fairly warm water. It's not water that will burn your hand. It's in between comfortable and, you know, not so comfortable. Give it a mix using a knife. I find a knife is ideal for this. Just give it a few minutes to incorporate it and get the smell coming off it, parmesan and tomato. So we'll carry on mixing that, we'll come back in a minute. Now there it is, all nicely incorporated. There's no dry ingredients on the bottom of the bowl, so take the ball of dough out and we can put it on a floured board and give it a good stretch it like this. It breaks all the gluten down. Right, stretch it and stretch it a few times like that, and then get some more flour on it off the board, you know, so it doesn't stick to the board. And you're supposed to really leave it now for its first rest, but from experience I've found out that if you give it a very good long squiffing like this, you can actually go to the process of proving it. That's by putting it back into the bowl with a bit more flour so you can handle it. Just a bit more flour. Put it back into the bowl, then cover it with a cloth, and you've got to keep it somewhere warm. I find 35 to 40 degrees centigrade if you've got a double oven, or put it somewhere very warm, and give it 20 minutes and then see if it's doubled in size, it's working. If it's doubled in size, it can then go in the bread tin, and then it can be fully risen and then baked, and I'll explain that when we get it back from the first rise. Bye for now. Well, I think we've more than doubled it in size there. Can you see? So get it out of the bowl and just give it a bit more, only a light dusting of flour so we can handle it without it sticking to everything. Just move it round in the flour so it easily goes without sticking. And we've got the bread pan, which has been in the little oven at the same temperature as the rising dough. So as I've said in other little movies of bread making, it doesn't shock the bread when you add it to the can. If you put it in a cold can, it might affect the yeast, it might make it go to sleep and it won't rise for a long time. So there we are, we've got the dough's risen once. Now I'm going to give it its full rise in this oven. I've got it at between 35 and 40 centigrade till the dough is an inch or even two above the edges of the pan, and then after that we bake it for 25 minutes at 220 centigrade. So let's see what we get in a minute. So there we are, nicely risen, 1.5 inches to 2 inches over. That's going to go in the oven now, which is at 220 centigrade for about 25 to 30 minutes, they say. But what I prefer to do is right in the middle of that, 25 minutes at 220 should give you a nice brown and crispy loaf. If you do buy this rice bread, you can also make rolls with this. You can make it into 10 rolls if you like, which are nice to give people with soup and that. But I've made up to 18 rolls if you're willing to wait for it to rise. But 18 rolls is a massive big pan, you know, a big tray full like, and well worth waiting for. They make nice cakes as well, these. Anyway, we're back in the oven now, cooking the loaf, and we'll see what we get in a minute. Well, the time's up. Let's see what we've got. Timer. That's our loaf is now fully cooked. It's you can turn it out if you want straight away. Check the bottom. If the bottom's, you know, tappy, it's cooked. If it's not, if it's a bit wet, the bottom, just put it back in the oven, on its side maybe, and it'll dry that out. There's my backup timer going off. So there we are. We've got my nice cheddar and sun-dried tomato bread, and that'll be nice with a bit of soup tomorrow. So enjoy it if you make it.